right? It's as simple as this, guys. So something like this could be done on websites, it could be done on blogs, it could be done on Google sites, it could be done on social media pages. So you don't want to miss out on showcasing your LinkedIn profile on platforms where you are most likely to meet your customers, most likely to meet your audiences, right? So having said that, let's move on with the presentation. Okay, so this is nothing but a recap of what we just saw, the intro card and the storyboard. Whatever I just spoke about was broken down into a checklist. So we talk about your profile picture, background pictures, your LinkedIn headline, profile summary. Uh, Focus words are basically the words that people use to define. Like, for example, if I am a digital marketer, I want digital marketing to be a focus word, right? But there are a lot of professionals out there who end up using a word like strategic thinker or a result oriented professional. Believe me, guys, these are buzzwords, all right? And buzzwords never work. So you want to sound and come across as authentic as possible whether you are writing a headline or you're writing a summary or even an about us section. Email sync. You want to make sure that when you sign up with LinkedIn, you sync your email contacts with, or if you're actually signing up with your professional email ID, you sync your contacts to reach out to more and more people. This really helps in, you know, expanding your network to and expanding your first and your second degree connections. So your skill sets, when you are writing your skills, make sure that they match your headline. So if I say that I love driving results to businesses using digital marketing, so I want to correspond my skill sets to digital marketing, right? I cannot say that I am great at let's say skateboarding, right? So a lot of people are going to judge you by what is it that you can do for them. Now they are people who are looking for a solution. They're going through a pain and they're looking for a solution. If they find that solution in you, they would end up engaging with you, right? Your services section. So you want to start with 3 core services and make sure that you build up on that, right? And they should eventually match with your endorsements. And you want to sprinkle a few keywords around which people are going to use to search for on the search tab on LinkedIn. Your endorsements. So the best way to gain endorsement is to give endorsements. So don't shy away from endorsing your friends or don't shy away from asking for endorsements, right? That's something that's really crucial to gain more followers. Now, LinkedIn as an algorithm is designed to show results based on how active you have been on the platform, right? So you want to keep the game going. And finally, certifications, where you want to, again, keep those certifications relevant to your skill sets. Uh, Second part of your checklist is the kind of media, the kind of posts that you are publishing. So your case studies, white papers, and brand documents. Now, LinkedIn is a platform where people don't come to check out, what's your next holiday like or what's happening in your family. People are really focused, and the intent here is to learn new things, to connect with people. So you want to make sure that what you publish eventually is linked to your profile, is linked to your business, linked to your vertical, and there is a takeaway to everything that you publish, right? In case you have been featured in books or you have published an ebook or a research article, or if you have, in your company published a performance report, you want to use the publications section and you want to publish them. Groups are really important when it comes to sending out your credibility as a user. So I'm going to go back to my LinkedIn profile and show you how do you access or join groups. So on a typical profile, which looks like this, you would see the 9 blocks, and within this block menu, you will see something known as groups. So LinkedIn groups is one of the most, I would say, hyper utilized sections of the website, right? So there are literally a lot of topics that you could follow. If you're somebody who is, let's say, a chef, so simply want to search for let's say, right? So you basically want to toggle around these groups and see how many of them are really important to you. And you probably want to start joining them. And once you join them, you want to start participating in them, right? You can invite connections, and there's a lot that a group basically provides you a lot of visibility to your profile as well. So you would see an increased number of visitors to your profiles and the right kind of profiles coming from the right kind of group, which makes a lot of sense for you to eventually, you know, uh, start building a community within a community for your own. So groups play an important role in increasing the visibility, guys. So I want to make sure that that happens. Um, Industry affiliations and the companies that you follow. So pretty straightforward, guys. So you want to make sure that you are a part of nonprofits, associations, and club memberships, if at all. If you are a member and you want to highlight them on your social media, on your LinkedIn platform, the kind of companies you follow talks about your aspirations or talks about your experience and builds an image about who you really are. And the next thing that you want to work on are the pages that you own on LinkedIn. So I'm going to show you how to create a simple brand page on LinkedIn and eventually a showcase page on LinkedIn. Finally, hashtags. So LinkedIn is a hashtag intensive platform. People are searching by keywords. So LinkedIn has recently updated its database to be shown or to be converted or using hashtags. So you really want to leverage this by using the right kind of hashtags within your post. So when you are using hashtags in your post, they show up in the LinkedIn feed. You become more discoverable. More and more people find your content interesting. They click on it and visit your profile. And finally, showing that you're not about taking, you're also about giving. So you want to share your volunteer experience on LinkedIn as well. So one interesting tool that LinkedIn offers is the Insights tool. So this talks about who your target audience is and what is it that um, what is it that people are really searching for. So if let's say your target audience as a user is C-suite audience, right? So what's the target? So there are about 11 million C-suite users, right? And they all come from these countries. And strategic partnerships, startups, and entrepreneurships is on the top of their mind. If you are somebody who is targeting a small business owner, there are about 4.4 million global users on LinkedIn, and the top countries again are these. So you could actually toggle around this tool and kind of get a fair idea about what are the topics that they follow, what are the companies that people follow, who are the top influencers, and stuff like that, right? So you want to use this tool and get a fair idea of who your audience is and how they behave on LinkedIn. All right. Profile badges is something that I've already shown you. Some best practices. So the one thing you definitely don't want to do is use great sounding buzzwords, right? So that is definitely a turn off. You want to use a profile photo that portrays an image that you want to display. You want to make sure that your headline defines you. You want to leverage your volunteer experience to show your motivation. You want to highlight high level and niche skills in your profile. This is really important, guys. So I might call myself a digital marketer, but what are my core competencies? My core competencies are identifying business models, revenue models, and actually creating experiences around them, right? So that is a niche skill. That is something that people reach out to me for. Um, do not shy away from asking recommendations. Make sure that you talk to everybody in your inner circles, in your first degree, second degree, and third degree of your contacts. Ensure that you keep publishing new content again and again. Ensure that you participate in groups and discussions to stay relevant, to stay informed, and to drive more visibility. Ensure that you are following the right kind of companies, and a lot of times you want to reshare the content